Today, we're talking about being on time. As a quarterback, so important to be on the same page with your wide receivers. Looking at college film, a couple different guys, how they made it and how they missed, coming up right now. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pulaski, former 11-year pro and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. Today, we're talking about quarterback timing and receiver timing, about the drop, getting yourself right when you're back in the pocket so that you maximize your receivers getting open. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell. That way you get notified every time we have new content coming out. Give me a thumbs up, hit that like button if you're ready to learn about what you need to do to get your timing right as a quarterback, and leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Any questions you have, I'm happy to answer them if I can. Now, let's get to it. We're looking at college game film today, and we're going to look at a couple different guys on how their drops affected their completions and their accuracy. Being on time is incredibly important as a quarterback. It's tough enough just to manage everything else you have to manage. But if you create problems for yourself by being off timing, shortening your drop, or being late on your drop, or putting false steps into your drop, and creating timing issues between you and the receiver, it gets even tougher. So we're going to look at Oregon State, we're going to look at Arizona today, at their quarterbacks, and how they created their own problems and how they got it right. We're going to kick it off with Arizona, Khalil Tate at quarterback. So you can see 11 personnel here, Arizona on the minus 25 coming out. Khalil Tate, very talented quarterback, one of the most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen. Not a pure drop back passer by any means, but in terms of speed, ability to move, kind of a guy who can change the game with his physical skills. He was pretty special. So what you're going to get here is all hitch. These guys are all just running 5-yard hitches on the outside. And then you're going to get a tight end pop. This times out perfectly. And when steps time out and the right route call is made, it's a thing of beauty. Cal's linebacker is going to take 2 steps up, looking towards running back. Playing man, I don't know what it is, but he's out of position. Everybody else is running hitches, but this tight end pop comes wide open. Tate does an outstanding job. He's going to take a separation step with his left foot and then stick his right foot in the ground, and then he's perfectly level, eyes level, and delivers a strike on the pop to the tight end. This is what it looks like when it's done right. 1, 2, rip it. And again, watch. Timing is everything. He's throwing this ball as the tight end gets past the linebacker. As soon as he throws the mailbox up, gives him that arm, lets him know that he's going to take that green grass, Tate puts it on him. And it's all by virtue of his steps. Watch. Separation with the left. Plant the right in the ground. Eyes level. Perfect ball. That is clinic film on execution until, of course, tight end fumbles it coming out. But in terms of quarterback steps, that is textbook execution. Let's take a look at it from the end zone cam one time. Checks it coming out. Left, right, sees the backer bite, sees the mailbox, and puts it right on his guy. Perfect. Now just tuck that ball away. So again, here is what it looks like when it's on time. And it doesn't have to be a timing throw where you hit your back foot and throw. It can also be within the rhythm of the progression. So what you're going to get from Oregon State is you're going to get 12-yard curl, 12-yard curl. He's going to convert on the go route on the outside, and this curl is going to stay on. Boom. He's going to come back down his outside stem. Turn inside, but come back down his outside stem. Back is going to check, release. Cal's got the sugared up backer, but he is actually going to drop out underneath. And so what you're going to see is quarterback is reading number 3 to the top. He wants to throw this, and his timing is actually off for this. His drop is too quick to let that happen. But Cal's got really, really good coverage, which may be why he comes off it so quickly. This guy ends up getting locked down. This route ends up getting locked down. This, even though it's solo man press coverage, he is right on it with just a little bit of space at the end. Quarterback does a nice job of stepping back. He's looking again for number 3 takes a 2-step drop, but then hitches and hitches to his number 2 receiver on this side. So watch the timing on this, and because he timed this properly, it allowed him to complete the pass. Looks front side, hitch, backside, right on time. And it's just that timing that allows him to complete that ball, because that's really good coverage across the board for Cal. One more time, I'll show you in slow-mo. You see him drop, eyes left, 1, 2, hitch, across, outside shoulder for the receiver. Excellent ball, and I think it was just enough to move the sticks. Watch his eyes and feet again, looking down the middle, finds the open receiver on the sideline. So that's what it's like when you're on time, and that's the thing of beauty for a quarterback. Being on time makes you accurate, gets the ball there, gets your guys open because you're hitting at the right moment that they are separating from the DB. If you like what I'm doing, midway through here, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button down below, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Now, let's take a look at what it looks like when you are off timing. So as you can see, this is double tight personnel for Oregon State. And what you're going to get is corner route into the boundary, what some people might call a climb route or an over route, or levels here coming across with a go route on the outside. Now the quarterback runs a quick 3-step drop. The problem is, once he sets on his 3-step drop, these routes and these routes haven't declared yet. And so he's forced back there to hold the ball. Now, Cal is bringing all of these guys, and they end up bringing a backer as well. So they're bringing 5. The quarterback feels that pressure because he's set up too early. Had he run a quick 5-step or a deep 3 here, his drop would have timed out better with the routes that he was throwing to. But so let's watch it through one time live. 1, 2, 3. He's set. Nobody's even gotten into a break yet. And so he feels this pressure. We'll go slow-mo, and I'll stop it for you. Single false step, first step, second step, 3. He's set. Has anything declared about what's open? Now, if he's thinking, I'm going to throw the go route to the wide field, maybe this works out in terms of timing, because you could put that up. But cover 2 safety, you're not throwing that ball into cover 2. And so nothing else here has moved. These receivers are just a couple yards downfield by the time he hits his 3rd step and he's ready to throw. You're going to get that over and the climb route and the corner route, but literally nothing is declared. And so as a quarterback, what happens is you start to feel the pressure around you. You see him hitch and bounce twice. This pocket is getting pushed a little bit. You're getting some outside pressure, starting to see some free jerseys. And so you start to panic. You start to scatter as a quarterback, looking for ways to escape. You see him do it. Luckily, his back gets out, and he ends up hitting that on the swing. But his receivers are just now getting into the open. I think, as a college quarterback, Pac-12 quarterback, that's an open guy. He's going to cross the top of that linebacker. That could be a shot. Had he taken a deeper drop at first, given himself some time, some breathing room, and taken the pressure off himself with the drop. Instead, he gets out of it, finds the back, good play, but the back ends up dropping it. So this thing overall, timing was just off. It created the miss, it created the panic in the quarterback, and so that's what got him in trouble. Again, right there, he's ready to throw. None of his receivers are coming out. He needs to be ready now as they're getting into the break. 2 more steps, and this one's a winner, and this one's potentially a winner. So instead, timing's off, throw is off. All right, what you're going to get here is all curl. 11 personnel, tight end in the game. He's going to run a 12-yard curl. Going to get about a 10-yard curl inside. 12 and 12 outside. Quarterback, out of shotgun, runs a really quick three, kind of a hitch to three in terms of his drop. And so as a result, he is early, and he comes off a really open tight end. Even though this isn't a great route, he kind of backs into it. He ends up wide open, but he comes off that early because he's ready before his tight end gets to his mark. Had the quarterback taken a full three, gone one, crossover, and then a full three, by the time he set up, his tight end would be getting into his break. He'd see that he has room. Also, the only guy on this play who's actually covered is this guy, because he kind of runs to get covered right here with a linebacker dropping underneath it. But this is open because the DB pedals. This is open underneath. If the quarterback's on time and on rhythm, he could actually complete those. But it's a cascade effect. Once he drops, once he gets to the top of his route, you'll see it right here. He's ready. He's already bounced up. Nobody is open. He's not seen it. So he's already come off his first read, which to me looks like it was right here, which is open. And he's working across. Now watch him take big steps, big step across, and then a huge hitch, huge reach step, and look how his hips have sunk because he's off rhythm. That causes him to throw this ball high. And he misses his receiver. Now, probably still should have caught that. These are college receivers. But being off rhythm means he's also off rhythm for the throw. And it breaks down mechanics. It breaks down the cascade and makes you less accurate. Watch it one time, full speed here. Quarterback's ready. Guys aren't out yet. Double hitch with a big step. And then he misses. One time from the end zone cam. Again, I believe he is looking this way to start. Looking for this tight end on the curl route. You can see him eyes left. This is going to come open. I mean, it's going to be there. 2, 3. He hit 3, and none of his receivers are out of his route. So he's already taking his eyes to the field. His tight end hasn't gotten to his break point yet. It's going to be right here. So he's already coming back to the field on his read. He has to move because he feels unsettled in the pocket because he was too early, and then takes a big, long step and ends up throwing high. Now, again, that should have been caught. These are college receivers. But that's how being off rhythm, being early as a quarterback in your drop can affect you. So you see, a lot of these mistakes or misses by quarterbacks, you don't really pick up in-game that he's off rhythm, he was early, he was ready before receivers came out, or with young receivers, they'll break off their routes early and get covered because they haven't really sold the route and the quarterback's taking the full drop. So by the time he hits, he's not able to hit that receiver because they broke too soon. And so timing is critical. If you understand what I mean about being on time with your receivers and your drop, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Click that like button down below. Don't forget, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified every time we have new content coming out, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Ask me any questions you have about the position. College football programs run a ton of reps, and that's how they get on the same rhythm, same timing, and as you just saw, it still happens. So as a young quarterback, practice your timing, get your depth, be on rhythm with your receivers. It's going to make you a better football player, and that's the point here. Teach some football skills, hopefully improve your football IQ, and make you a better player.